Yo, Philly 254 living life. Back at it. Damn. Another one bit the dust. Multiversus is gone, man. That one kind of hurt. I liked Multiversus. Multiversus had potential. Saddens me to hear that it left. So, crazy thing about it, what the hell happened with it? I don't know the details, I'm gonna be honest with you, but just kind of thinking and kind of looking back at it in hindsight, the game itself had potential. You know, I understand it was really just going up against Smash Bros. And a lot of times when you go up against Smash Bros, that ain't happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna win that fight. But Multiversus had a good chance. It was close to Smash Bros. To Smash, but it wasn't exactly the exact same thing. Had its own little things to try to make it, unique in the sense that it really emphasized team tactics and gameplay, that kind of thing. Even though you could do 1v1, it always felt empty to doing 1v1. But anyway, that really wasn't what held it back in my mind. I mean, that was an uphill battle for it, but it was more the fact that the way they did it was weird, man. Okay, it was a live service game. That already was gonna cause a bit of an issue. But the way it came out, it was like, it came out, it had all these characters in there, Superman, Batman, Joker, all these different characters or whatnot, and these Warner Brother characters, and that was cool. The problem was it came out as an open beta. Okay, that happens all the time, especially in fighting games or whatever. Open beta's cool, no problems. And I even jumped in, free open beta jumped in, but then they started treating open beta like it was the full release, which happens, okay, on PC games especially. So again, still ain't tripping too hard, but what I mean is the open beta was free, but they were still monetizing it in the sense that new characters were coming out and you could purchase them. Costumes could be purchased, that kind of thing. They had to look at a little store, you know what I'm saying? So that was whatever, but I guess especially with Steam players, you know what I'm saying, they were probably thinking something to the degree that it was going to be like a lot of open beta games where it comes in open beta and it slowly gets features added and everything. It's pretty much treated like a full release game just without all its features yet. And then eventually, once everything is ready, it probably does one final grand update, and that open beta tag or that beta tag is taken off, and then it's out there, full release. That's what was, I guess, a lot of people were thinking. That's what I thought, at least. Like, eventually it's gonna go full release, and it's gonna have all these different features that they're gonna update, or not update, but introduce as time went on. And updates were happening, and new features were being added and whatnot. And then one day they were like, "Hey, you know what? We gone, man. We gonna have to bounce for a little bit. We gotta revamp everything. Sorry, but hey, you gonna get your stuff back. Blah blah blah. Just know we gonna leave, but we coming back. We promise. Pinky swear." And we said, okay. A lot of people were like, "Yeah, they gone. They gone," and including me. I was like, okay, that's weird. You're gonna leave for a long time and then come back. I don't even know if they give a full timeline on how long they were gonna be gone. So like, I wasn't tripping. It was like, I had fun while it lasted. Fast forward. I think it was last year. It came back, and I was like, cool. It came back. New engine, all this, upgraded engine, not new engine, but upgraded engine and everything. And everything was looking better. Now I forgot to mention, even back when it was in beta, one of the biggest gripes was online. And I can't, y'all know, if y'all were playing back in beta, how many times the game would start, or in the middle of a game, all of a sudden your character would just take off and run to his death. You know what I'm saying? And it was because the game was just desynced, basically. And that sucked. And that was getting annoying. And as more players really jumped in on it, they started probably realizing, oh yeah, this ain't working. So that's probably why they shut things down, to revamp everything. Anyway, the game came back. Everything, updated engine, some new features, new character to, whatever, a whole revamped section of the actual store that they had, and as well as the online was better. It was better. It wasn't the best, but it was definitely better than it was. And I think over time they kept updating the online. The store system was kind of weird because it was like they went full in on the live service aspect of this, which is why I played. I haven't played it in a couple of weeks, but I definitely played. Every time they got a new character, I, played a little bit and, check it out. I haven't played any of the new characters that got coming out recently, and we'll get that in a minute. But it was just, I didn't go full bore into it with all the store stuff, but they did add single player, a whole bunch of different stuff, and it was cool. So played it for a little bit, and it just felt like it never caught back on like it was before. When it first came out, that game was on fire, and the only reason it started to cool down, it was because of, you know, a lot of the issues that it was being plagued with, especially the online issues with the desyncing and all that. Especially back then when it didn't, I don't even think it had a single player, if I remember correctly. It just had training, which, you know. So your only real way of playing this game, the main way to play this game was online, its main thing, and it wasn't really too hot. So, you know, that was kind of a thing. So came back, did all these changes and whatnot, and it just wasn't as hot as it was, right? It just really wasn't kicking. Although improvements were made, it just wasn't really kicking. But it was cool. I felt like if in its past, in its heyday, if it was up here, then when it came back, it was pretty much right here, and it probably wasn't going to go up here again. I was okay with that. But it just kind of started slowly going down. Even I wasn't even playing it as much. They started adding different features, shields, and all this and all that. I think they added like a whole beta, not beta, but the word escapes my mind, but you know, where you could basically preview the game, preview new features and whatnot. The word escapes my mind, whatever, but you know what I'm talking about. They had that whole situation going on. So what happened? I don't really know what all happened. I think it was a whole combination of everything where it just wasn't working. Live service games, man. Honestly, I feel like this game should have just been really, okay, the open beta was cool, but I feel like this game should have been dropped for like a cool 30. And once they dropped it for a cool 30, they wouldn't feel so obligated to make money off of this. You know, it wouldn't be so heavy because at least they got some money, right? And it wouldn't be like, well, we got to get 100% of our money from costumes and characters. Well, shit. They couldn't keep up, right? And I guess at the end of the day, it was a lot of going on. I know with WB and getting all these characters, these licensed characters. Some of them, I don't know if they all were they all WB characters. I'm not gonna go through them in my head. They might have been. I don't know, but it just wasn't really cost effective. And you know, paying the employees. I think they increased their team size to accommodate what all they needed to do to try to make money on this game, and they wasn't really making the money like they will needed to. And I really feel like they should have just dropped this game instead of doing a whole live service. Drop the game for a cool 30 or whatever, and then you can still sell the costumes and stuff, but now it's not like we gotta have this. Dude, it was so crazy. I'm probably gonna have scenes showing, not really scenes, but screenshots or videos showing like how the story is. I don't know, I haven't seen the story in a while. I haven't played it since they announced the whole shutdown, the full shutdown for real. So the story's probably not even there or whatever, but it was confusing. The whole thing is, I feel like had they done that, it may not, I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but it may not have gone the way that it went. And I don't even think I don't even think they knew it was going down until probably last minute, because they still were making characters. They're still releasing characters. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I don't think there's a call from them. The people who made, I don't know the publisher or whatever, their name or anything. So, but I know WB, I think that's the main parent group or whatever that owns them. I don't think it was up to the developers. It was more of a WB thing, you know, that kind of, basically is what I'm trying to say. And because they got the wool, or that got the carpet pulled up from under their feet, and that is what it is, you know. It was a fun game. It still is a fun game. I hate that it's going out like this. If you got the game already, it's, you know, you can keep the game, it just won't be online. Hopefully, maybe the community will come up with something, or maybe something will happen and someone will pick it up and they can, because all this will be missing is the online function of it. I don't know. Hopefully something happens. I like the game. I hope that another game comes out like this that can kind of compete with Smash. Maybe doesn't hinge on, you know, the licensed characters or whatever, or at least WB's licensed characters. I don't know. Another game comes out and it's actually, you know, they release it properly. Because this game, I really feel like it was the muddled release that really kind of did it in, to be honest with you. Again, do your little open beta, just gauge interest, you know, do your fixes, drop it for cool 30 once you go to your full release, but don't go away. Don't leave and then come back and say, we back with a better game. You know, no, just stay. Damn it. Do it right the first time. I don't know. You know, just roll. You made your choices with your game engine. Roll what you got. And then you can just, you know, drop it for that cool 30, release your costumes, and keep it moving, you know. But who knows? That probably wouldn't have worked either. Shit. Who knows? At the end of the day, hope maybe something will happen. I don't know. Considering the fact that these are WB characters, these are all licensed characters, no one can really pick this game up unless WB or whatever greenlights that shit. I keep saying WB. Who owns this shit? I had to look it up. I'll throw it on the screen or something. But for now, I'll just keep saying WB. Unless they greenlight this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, Warner Bros., you know what I'm saying? They're not going to let anyone else just create a server and say, this is our game now. Not with our characters, sir. You can take that one unique character they created. You can have that. That's yours if you want, I guess. But knowing WB, they probably licensed that character too. Shit. So, at the end of the day, sucks. Went the way of the dodo. Reminds me of Rumbleverse. You remember Rumbleverse? That was another game I missed, man. That was a pretty cool. I think it was called Rumbleverse. Yeah, that game that was kind of like a free to play or live service game. You know, with the whole, I don't know. It's like you could do melee instead of melee, whatever. You could do that instead of using guns. You know, just like Fortnite or something, but without the guns. Rumbleverse. Look it up. Whatever. It was a pretty fun game too. Died. These live service games, man, you gotta watch them. Unless you already been fully established, stop doing them. Just release the game for money, not dumb amounts of money, but for some damn money, and make and do it that way, bro. But like, quit doing a live service. It ain't working. That ain't it no more. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, if you like more, well, shit, I got to change the tagline. I still ain't changed it. I guess we out then.